Hello, this is Ahmed Hafiz, and today we will discuss label printing in the warehouse management module. One crucial job for warehouse workers is putting labels on products. These labels have barcodes and details about the product, and sometimes even shipping information if the product is being sent to a customer. Label make it easy for warehouse workers to identify products without having to open boxes or pallets. Imagine you have a pallet and this pallet has many products inside it. So by scanning the barcode, you will be able to identify the products and the quantity without having to open the pallet. Here is an example of a label. It has the product details, shipping information, PO number, phone number. Warehouse workers typically use printer like the one in the picture. But for this demonstration, we will use virtual printer so I can show you the label after printing it. I will start by installing the virtual printer. So if you go to Microsoft Bing and search for GitHub Virtual ZBL Printer, then go to the first result. Then you need to install the virtual printer from here. After complete the installation of the virtual ZBL printer, you will have icon on your desktop like this one, so make sure you are able to open it normally. The next step, we will need to go to printer and scanner, then click on add device, then choose add manually. It will open another dialog. Choose add local printer or network printer with manual setting. Next, create a new port. Use standard TCP IP port. Here we will use 127.0.0.1. Next. Then choose custom. Then next. Then choose generic, then generic text only. Next, give it a name. I will choose virtual ZBL printer. Next, don't share. I don't want to share it. Next, finish. Then you will have it here on your printers. The next step is to install the document routing agent. So you will need to go to Organization Administration module, Setup, Network Printers. Then you will be able to download the document routing agent from here. So you can choose the language you want. I will choose English United States. After complete the installation of the document routing agent, you will have icon on your desktop like this one. So open it. Then you will need to go to setting and fill the environment information. Then you need to sign in. After signing in, go to printers. Then here select the virtual ZBL printer. Then click on register. Then click yes. Then now the printer is registered. Now we will need to go back to Dynamics 365. Now if you go back to network printers, here organization administration, setup, network printers, you will have your printers here. Then click edit and make it active. Then save. Now we need to test the virtual ZBL printer. So open it here from the icon and click on start. Then click on test. Then click on send. Now we have it here. The label will be like this. Now, after completing the installation of the virtual ZBL printer, we need to complete the remaining setup to be able to print the labels when receiving the purchase order or when shipping a sales order. I will start by the purchase order receiving scenario. The first setup is the document routing label layout. So go to Warehouse Management, Setup, Document Routing, then Document Routing Layout. Click on New button, give it a name like PO, print, here PO, print, then here I will use a sample code. So here I will print the license plate ID here and here. You can add any information you need from the left side. Just click on the field name, then click on Insert at the end of text. Now we need to link the document routing layout with the virtual ZBL printer. So go to Warehouse Management, Setup, Document Routing, Document Routing. Create, here choose work order type equal purchase order. Give it a name like BO print. Choose the warehouse. Here I will use warehouse 24. I can maybe add more filters here if needed. Then on the document routing printers, click new. Choose the printer here and choose the layout here. Then click on Save button. For the purchase order receiving, we have two options to trigger the print. We can enable the print from the mobile device menu item or from the work template. I will show you both. So let's start by the mobile device menu item. Go to Warehouse Management, Setup, Mobile Device menu item. Go to Purchase Receive, then enable the print label parameters here, then click on Save button. Now we will create purchase order and we will receive it using the mobile device. So let's go to Account Payable, All Purchase Orders, create a new one, choose any vendor, warehouse 24, okay, choose A0001, set the quantity to 10, save, confirm the purchase order. So let's copy the purchase order number and go to the mobile app. On the mobile app, I will log in using user 24, password, then sign in. Go to inbound, purchase receive. I will enter here the PO number. But before processing the PO, I want to show you the virtual ZBL printer and the document routing agent. So here we don't have anything other than the test print here. And on the document routing agent, we don't have anything. So let's process the PO. So here, click enter, enter the item name 0001, the quantity 10, confirm the values, then click OK. Work completed. If we go to the virtual ZBL printer, now we can see here the label has been printed. And on the document routing agent, we have here the history of the printing jobs. The second option to enable the labels is from the work template. So let me disable first the print label on the mobile app, on the mobile menu item. So go to warehouse management, mobile device menu item, go to purchase, receive, and make sure the print label is disabled. Then go to work templates, choose purchase order, choose the record for warehouse 24, then add a step for the print. You can maybe, let me show you how to add this one. So click new, choose print from here, choose the work class ID, click save, then move it up, click save. So now I can print the label from the work template. So let's process another purchase order. So let's go to purchase receive, enter the PO number, enter the item, enter the quantity, review the values, then click OK. Work is completed, but the label is not printed yet, and we don't have any history here in the document routing agent because we need to process the work to be able to print the label. So let's go again to the application and get the work ID. So let's go to here, the purchase order, and let's go here and let's get the work ID from here. Here the work ID, then let's process the work. So let's go to purchase put away, scan the work ID, review the values, then click OK. Here done. I don't need to add any other work. Then click OK. Work completed. Here the work is closed. Now if we go to the virtual ZBL printer, now we can see another label has been printed, and on the document routing agent we have another job. The next scenario is a wave label printing. So we need to create a wave step code. So let's go to setup, then waves, wave step code. We need to create a step code for wave step type equal label printing. Then we need to go to the wave template, choose the wave template for warehouse 24, click edit, then choose wave label printing, click on the arrow, then choose here the wave step code, then click OK. Yeah, we can refresh here. Everything is fine now. After adding the label printing method to the wave template, we need to create a wave label layout. The label layout will control what information is printed on the label. So we can create a new record by going to Warehouse Management, Setup, Document Routing, then Wave Label Layout. We will create a new record here. Let's call it carton, and here also carton. In this section, we will enter the ZBL code that is sent to the printer to print the label. Then we will click on Save button. Then go to Wave Label Row Setting. Here we will create record called Wave Label. Give it a name here as well. The start position will be 0. The row height will be 0. And the row per page will be 1. Then click on Save. Let's go back. This setup will cause a separate ZBL label to be printed for each record in the wave label table. Now we will go to Edit Query. Then we will add another filter here. Choose here Work Line, and here Work Type, and here choose Peak. This way, we will ensure that the only peak work lines will be printed on the label, not the boot type. From the query here, we can add more tables. If we need, let's say we need information from the shipment table, we can add the shipment table here. So let's click on Add Table here. Then let's select the shipment table. Then click Select, and now we have the shipment. Click OK. Now we need to fill the ZBL code. I have sample code from Microsoft Docs. I will use it here. So first one, the header section, I will enter this one, and in the body section, I will enter this one, and in the footer section, I will enter this one. Then I will click on Save button. Before leaving this screen, I want to show you how to get this sample code from Microsoft Docs. If you go to here to Microsoft Docs and search for wave label printing, you will be able to find the ZBL code here, as you see. So just copy and paste in the wave label layout. Let's go back to the application to complete the remaining setup. Now we need to create a wave label type. The wave label type are used to link the wave label template to the unit sequence group. So let's go to Warehouse Management, Document Routing, then Wave Label Type. I will create a new record here. Let's call it carton, then save. Then let's go to the unit sequence group. So let's go to here, warehouse, unit sequence, group, and let's use this one. So here I will choose carton, save, and let's go to the wave label template. So here, wave label template, create a new record here, give it a name, description, the wave step code, we will use the one that we selected in the wave template, and the warehouse will be warehouse 24, and here the wave label type will be carton. Then click on save. In the below section we will create a new record, and we will select here the label layout and the printer that we created earlier. If you click on edit query, we can add here more filters or sorting or joins. So we will add sorting based on the work line. So here let's choose work line, and here we will choose reference load line ID, and it will be ascending. Let's click OK. Yes. Now go to wave label template group, and here for this line we will choose label build ID. This setup will create one label sequence like carton 1 of 10 per load line throughout the wave, and this information can be printed on the label layout. So let's click OK. Now we need to create unit conversions for the items that we will use in this demo. So let's go to released product. We will use item A001. Let's open this one. And here under product tab, go to unit conversions. I created here 2 unit conversions. So one box equal 10 each and one pallet equal 100 each. Then we will need to change the unit sequence group. Note here the inventory unit is piece. So we will need to choose unit sequence group has the piece unit. So let's click on view details. So this one we can change this line, and let's use piece, and let's give it 1 and save. We can here choose license plate grouping, and we can also use default here and save. Then let's select this unit sequence group here and click save. We also need to add more on hand for this item. So let's go to manage inventory, on hand inventory, quantity adjustment. So let's say we need to increase the quantity of this license plate to 500. Click OK. Operation completed. Now we have enough on hand. Now we will create the sales order. Let's go to count receivable, all sales orders, create a new one, select, let's say, US-003, site warehouse 24. Okay, Let's use the item A001. Let's set the quantity to something like 180. So this will be 18 box. Save. Perform the reservation. Then release to warehouse. After releasing to warehouse, the wave will be processed, the work will be created, and the label will be printed. If we check the virtual printer, so here we have 18 label for the sales order. As you can see here, carton 10 of 18 and so on, up to 18 of 18. If you go back to the application, we can go to here, shipment details, then go to wave ID, and here you can see the wave labels from here if you need to reprint them again. The last topic for today is the custom label. Custom label will allow you to print label for any screen in the application. Firstly, we need to enable it from the warehouse management parameter. So let's go to here, then reports, then we need to choose display custom label print buttons on all forms. Then we need to define the data source. So imagine we need to print in labels for the items, including the item ID, item name, and so on. Usually this information is stored in table called invent table. So I created a record here for invent table, give it ID, description, and here is the table name, and here's the type will be custom label. In the edit query, we can add any filter or joints needed for the label. Then we need to go to label layout, choose custom label type, and here we need to have a record for the invent table. So I created here record ID, description, and here we will choose the data source we created earlier. And here will be a ZBL code to print the label. So I will print here the item ID for the item or the product. Then let's go to product information management, released products. In the option tab, we will find new button here called custom label or print items. So let's say we need to print the label for item D001. So click here and we will choose the label layout ID here and we will choose the printer. Then click OK. The label is sent to the printer. So let's verify the label from the virtual printer. As you can see here, it's printed 3 seconds ago, and here the item ID is D001. Today we learned several topics for the label printing. We learned how to print label for the purchase order receiving process using two options. First one from the mobile device menu item, the second one from the work template. Also, we learned how to print the label for the wave. And finally, we learned how to print the label for any screen in the application using the custom labels. I hope this session was useful for you. Thanks for watching and wish you best of luck in your career.